In today's skill focus lesson, we're going to be looking at a really important aspect of grammar within speech and writing, and that is contractions. Contractions such as I'm, I've, will, you'll, and you're. And having a good understanding of these phrases is really going to boost your English speaking fluency. So let's begin. It goes without saying that contractions are a hugely important part of the English language, both in speaking and writing. Of course, we're going to focus on how we can build fluency within speaking, but it's important to understand contractions are used across all aspects of English language. So let's take a look at an example so that we can see their importance. I think you will enjoy it once you are in Spain. I'll say that one more time a little bit quicker. I think you will enjoy it once you are in Spain. Now we have the pronoun you, and we have these extra verbs will and are. You will, you are. I think you will enjoy it once you are in Spain. Now, that's a bit more difficult to pronounce clearly if I am to say each word separately. So, contractions shrink and join phrases together in order to speed up our language, in order to make our speaking quicker, clearer, and simply put, easier to say. So, let's see the example with contractions. I think you'll enjoy it once you're in Spain. You'll, you're. You will, you'll. You are, you're. I think you'll enjoy it once you're in Spain. It's a lot easier to say for a native speaker as well as for someone practicing English too. And it sounds more natural and native too. Okay, let's move on. Contractions involving pronouns are very common. Pronouns are different names for people. In the examples we will see in this lesson. So contractions with pronouns are super common. We can link a pronoun with a verb or auxiliary verb by contracting, so joining the two words together. Here's a list of some pronouns for you. I, you, he, she, it, we, and they. So that's some of the more common subject pronouns. And we can mix these with some verbs or helping verbs, commonly called auxiliary verbs. And here they are. Am, is, are, will, have, has, would. So these are different type of verbs indicating to be, so they are synonyms for to be, the verb to be. They can be talking about future verbs such as will, or even possession such as have or has. And we can really mix them together with our pronouns using contractions. I'm, you're, I've, will, you'll. So let's go through them each, starting at the top. I am, I'm. You are, you're. I have, I've. We will, and a last one, you will, you'll. So these are the 5 different pronouns and verb contractions that we're going to look at today. Because if you can master the pronunciation and usage of these 5 contractions, it's going to really boost your native speaking skills. So let's go into a live video and walk through some examples using the 5 contractions in blue here. So we'll begin this live speaking video with I am, I'm. And it's basically I, the verb to be. I am David. Nice to meet you. But we make the contraction into I'm. I'm David and I'm from England. It's a lot easier to say than I am David and I am from England. It sounds a little bit strange without the contraction too. I'm David and I'm from England. I'm. Next up we have you are, which is again you plus verb to be. You are. You're. You're working super hard and you're going to see great improvements. You are working super hard and you are going to see excellent improvements. It's much easier again to say with the contraction. You are, you're. You're working super hard and you're going to see great improvements. Again, much more native sounding with that contraction. Now we have I have, which we contract into I've. I have, I've. And it's more of a possessive helping verb. Have. Either you possess an object, I have a computer. I've got a computer. Or it could be an experience, I've had a really bad day. So we make the contraction from I have into I've. Oh, I've had such an awful day. I've had such a fun day today. I've. We'll now move on to the pronoun, talking about yourself and including others. We plus the verb will, which indicates an action in the future. So we're talking future tense now. We will. Almost sounds like the wheel of a car. We will. We'll really need to exercise tomorrow. We'll really need to exercise tomorrow. We will. And sticking to future tenses, we now will move on to you will, which contracts into you'll. Almost through the bottom of the throat, you'll. You'll really need to concentrate to understand that sound. You'll really need to study hard. Here's another example. You'll. You'll really want to visit London if you go to the UK. You'll really want to do something. You'll. So you will becomes you'll. Okay, so that is the end of some examples for our 5 contractions with pronouns and verbs mixed together. If you've got any questions about any of the content, the examples, the skills we've learned during this lesson, go straight to the Q&A feature and drop me a message there. Either myself or another student will come and we can have a conversation about your English language learning. See you in the next lesson.